Welcome to Game Wolf Plays Yoshi's Island. Super Mario World 2, as if it's a sequel, except it's a prequel. Oh yeah. Prequelitis. It's a thing. A disease you get from the past. So my experience with this game is plenty, actually. I will note that this run went pretty well. Like, even better than my last attempt. Well, obviously better than my last attempt. I mean, better than the last time I recorded it. Better. This time, instead of trying to do videos one world at a time, we're just gonna, like, stop every 2 levels, give the secret or extra levels their own video, especially since at least a couple of them are pretty bullshit. Actually, just the one's bullshit. The others are just strange. But it can be tough, raising a young baby Mario. Tried screeching today? Nah? Okay. So yeah, I've just, first time I played this game, I just saw it on Toys R Us, I'm like, what the hell is that? It's like, let me try that out. So I did. I forget if I got it as like a, at the time it would have been like a, not a receipt, but it was like, you pick up the voucher and then you bring it to the store cashier, and then they give you the box. Something like that, if I remember right. It's so long ago, I don't know. Assuming Toys R Us is in business or something like that. A lot of shit has changed since then. But yeah, it's just the context like, hey, I'll pick that up. And I did. How I would have gotten used to it, it's like, oh yeah, it's Mario, but like it plays nothing like it, and yet I play it anyway. Like, that's really telling, isn't it? Although what's really even more telling is I remember all the game overs. I remembered a lot of game overings in my youth. So for anyone that says I was good at video games when I was younger, well, yes, but also, I get better at it over time. Also freaked me the fuck out. This game can be kind of freaky a bit. Kind of just discomforting based on the art style and just the mild undertones of just a bit of terror in a young boy's heart. This map is strange because it implies that there's 7 locations when there's really 6. I don't even know what's up with that. Also, Yoshi can't read. I don't think Yoshi has a grasp of human language, so you can just say his own name according to Yoshi's story. Remind me to do Yoshi's story playthrough. So he managed to kidnap one baby, that baby being Baby Luigi. There's a running theory where, because of the trauma of separation anxiety of Baby Luigi being, like, separated from Baby Mario very young, he just had anxiety problems for the rest of his life, which is why they put him in ghost houses and shit, to just face his fears, or something like that. Yoshi's Island is definitely the earliest sign of Luigi's divergence as a character. That and not show up in Mario 64, except he did, according to content. Unaware of the danger at hand, Kamek's force is actively searching the Eastland. That's what they tell me in the Marios. Will these 2 children ever reach their parents safely? Next time on Yoshi's Island Z. Do 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 do. Yeah, imagine that. A not static title screen. Which means I had decided when I was going to take a shot. Basically when the text stayed orange. For the thumbnail. Also, the title screen does change. So, keep that in mind. Like, to update with your progress. It's pretty cool. Oh, what's that? You need even more prologue dialogue? Yeah, sure you do. It's okay. I kind of let all this story come in the first video because doing the first 2 levels is short enough. So it's fair enough to just dump it here. Just deal with it, get it over with. I think a 30 parts is pretty good for this set. I don't remember what the titles of the set are, but I imagine they were good. I had already decided the titles way before I did this. Simply because of my memory of the game, I was able to just go off of that instead of just, like, studying the levels too much. Although I did have to study some of those because, well, sometimes I just forget how to 100% a level. It'd just be like, oops, I forgot a thing. Would have to restart the level to get it. And then just get it instantly next take. So, welcome to Yoshi's Island. 2 is capitalized according to no Chicago English rules ever. However that goes. So yeah, health is represented by stars, which is a counter. The counter goes all the way down to 0. These toady red flying things will come down to kidnap Baby Mario, and then you lose a life. You have to try to get him back with the annoying yelling. That's never really bothered me that much. I mean, I'd say it's disconcerting, but also it's kind of to let you know that you have to get your baby back. But there is a patch in this game to turn that sound off, basically. Not that it matters. They're just letting you know that you can do that if you really want to do that. Kind of like how games give you a warning sign when you're low on health. So, be that as it may, I think the complaints over Baby Mario crying are kind of over-exaggerated, to be honest. It's just a meme that got out of hand, I would think. Kind of like how it's a meme how Donkey Kong Country 3 is the worst thing ever, when I'm just like, nah, dude. It's not that bad, it's just Donkey Kong Country 2 is better.
Make eggs. Throw eggs. Learn the mysteries of the egg.
That's the first thing the game has to teach you, is how to use those eggs. How to make the eggs. How to use the eggs. But the best part of playing this game... Well, not to call myself a speedrunner, because I'm not. But you know what this game has got me good at? This game has convinced me I can be a billiards player. I'll ricochet shots like you wouldn't believe, baby. That shit's fun as hell, too. Like, I've done some things where, well, when you throw an egg and you bounce it back, like, it becomes yellow, then red, and then it goes away. So if it's yellow, it becomes a coin. If it's red, it becomes 2 stars. So, imagine what I would do. Like, okay, you have, like, these Shy Guy generators that come with the eggs out. So you just bounce it a particular way, and boom, 2 stars. So it was a cheap way to get your health back. I thought it was pretty good. Not that I can always pull that off, but if you can pull that off and just keep doing it consistently in, like, the same position, it's like, yeah, good for you, champ. I also like all the secrets this game has. I get through a majority of the secrets that you don't actually need in order to beat the game. But I remember a few in this playthrough that I know I missed, so if there's some I miss, I mean, go check it out. I mean, the replay value is off the charts, man. Thankfully, this Shy carrying the red coin is not an asshole that flies away. That's been my #1 concern playing this game, is Shy Guys running off with my red coins. They're the fucking worst. I hate them. Good thing I waited until like 7 minutes to start swearing so I don't get demonetized. Nah, I would care, but I mean, I can still make money for YouTube. It's just not going to be through advertisers who don't want to be associated with that, even though they'll probably put their advertisements on, like, I don't know, Sopranos. They'd be like, oh yeah, family-friendly entertainment, advertisement on my Sopranos thing. It's like, if anything, that should just decategorize who wants to be put next to mature content or not, and there's plenty of advertisers that would go on mature content, aka the entire porn market, so okay, I guess. That's not to say you should be, like, you know, vulgar for the purpose of it, but I'm not, like... I don't think my language is used in a really violent way, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's kind of just you have to be able to express discomfort and anger in a safe environment, or it just gets out of hand, you know what I'm saying? I love these winged clouds. I especially love it when I find invisible winged clouds that are secret. You should see plenty when I'm playing the game. Also, this is back before I, like, would look up stuff on the internet to find this shit out, but there's an item that basically shows you where all this shit is, if you just spend your time going throughout the whole level, and that's basically what I did throughout the whole game. I mean, back then I didn't actually know how to beat the boss, the third world boss, until my brother did it for me. Nowadays, yeah, I can just do that with my eyes closed. Probably. Not that I'm going to play blindfolded, that's silly. With the red coins, also, if they're hiding as a yellow coin, if you look very carefully at them, there's a way to tell them apart, so that would render the magnifying glass useless, if not for the fact you can use it to find invisible flying clouds. So, don't just ditch your magnifying glass just because you can see where every red coin is. But it's good, though, because it saves you from trying to grab every yellow coin when you don't really have to. You know, I'm not gonna die just because I missed a few coins. Imagine me having a lot to talk about this game. I do. It's a great game. Sadly, there's only like a handful of mods for this game, which one day I'll have to try some. Not as much as Mario World, but I mean, like, Yoshi's Island needs love too. There's a modding tool. Go try it out. I'm failing to remember what the name of it is, but there's a big one. Try it. Watch out below. These chain chomps get pretty freaky. They're gonna come out from the background and go whoosh, and then just break the ground. Oh yeah, don't let them touch you. That's annoying. Especially if they just let you fall off. I don't think it's gonna actually, like, hurt you, but you end up falling and then, well, screw you. Also, getting flowers is a lot like getting dragon coins in Mario World. Because you get 5 of them and it gives you 1 up. So, no reason not to grab the flowers if you can. I'm always going for the max, and going for max health is always fun because it implies, especially when you're doing boss levels, because that means all the boss fights have to be no damage runs. So at least the game knows that you're going to have to do a no damage run, which makes all the bosses easier than you think they would be. Yes, even the last boss. Even the last one. It's kind of a psych. Kind of a psych out, you know? Psych up is a great Pokemon move, by the way. Just like, oh, you want to depend your stats? Well, screw you, I copied your stats. Now what? You know. I'm the kind of guy that uses stupid, shitty moves like that, just to mess with you. Because that's what makes it fun, you know? Obviously, you want to do damage moves, but don't make every move a damage move. That's just boring. Put some strategy into it a little bit. Like, it's okay during the main game, but then it's like, well, okay, now you want to screw with the gym leaders, man. Yeah. Still not really in the running for doing RPG playthroughs, just simply due to sheer length. We got plenty of YouTubers for that. Look at this. Aiming powers! Yeah, there's 2 ways to use the aiming. One is to just push once and push again, and the other one is to do it by a release mechanism, which I've opted not to do. If you play that way, good for you. I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, you can, like, set it in the while you're playing the game. I think it's a setting while you're in the world map or something like that. Also, there's a point in the game where it tells you about it and asks you if you want to do it or not, and will make that setting for you on the fly just for hitting that message block, which is kind of an interesting thing that doesn't really come up in the rest of the game. I think it's good that you just have message blocks that just dump some info text on you. I'm an info dump advocate. Here's the other cool part of Yoshi's Island. Turning into vehicles. Not something I expected when I first played the game, but I'm like, alright, I'm into it. So, first transformation. It's a fucking helicopter. Let's go. I'm the Yoshi-copter. You can't stop me. Anyway, to unturn back, either you run out of time, in which case you'll go back to where you first transformed, and you might get a chance to transform again, or you find a Yoshi block, which is really the object, and then you turn back into normal Yoshi. And you're not gonna see the Yoshi block until you've transformed, so go ahead and look for it. Really fun, though. I'd say my personal favorite transformation is this mole digger thing. That one's kind of fun. But nah, obviously helicopter's the most useful, for sure. Actually, no, the train's pretty fun. The car is... car is pretty mid, not gonna lie. No, the car is fine, too. Like, all the transformations are fine. You can even see some of the content for beta transformations on the, what was it? The cutting room floor. I like that website for looking for, you know, cut content. It's kind of cool. It also helps me debug games that come with their own level select codes, so I visit there often, I suppose. Just for everything you want to know. Also, when you have all the flowers, it gives you a better chance of getting the, you know, the bonus stage, or this stuff. So whenever you get 5 flowers, you pretty much get a 50% chance of getting a bonus, essentially. Well, that's good. Get a magnifying glass. Get the plus 20 stars. plus 10 stars. Maybe I should call it there. That's all right. Plus 20 is extremely valuable because, you know, you're always going to get the 10 health. Then you just push in plus 20 before the end, and bam, there's your star bonus. So, really good in a pinch, obviously. The plus 10 being if you have at least 20, and you're like, okay, I'm going to drop that plus 10 on you, sucker.